got my coffee. See? Stu is on cleaning duty. So you've taken all the head off and everything out there because that's important, right?
Trunked in the gill closest to the tail and up towards the head, and then down the other side, and then chop his head off.
Yep. And a lot of guys just cut that
Don't
and
cut
leave
that.
it.
As soon as you cut into there, you'll see blood pour out. That's what you want. It's measured from here to the base of the tail.
In Victoria.
So that's your size
Yeah.
there. So you can do this in Victoria.
And the important thing is when you see the gummies, all the photos where they're all red and shitty in there, that's all crap, isn't it?
Yeah, that's all the ammonia coming through. So then you take its guts out and you'll see there's a blood line in there. You get your fingers or a spoon and you scrape all that blood out.
And that you do that initially when you first catch it.
Yeah, as soon as you catch it, you basically want its heart still beating. So within a minute of putting it in the boat. And you can see in here, most of the blood's been drained. There's very little blood through the flesh.
Yep. So now you've got it, and you put them straight on ice, obviously.
Straight on ice. Cut off the petrol fins first. Two petrol fins.
You did a vid for us ages ago on the flatties, which went off its tree. I think
viral. It's your best video yet.
Yep.
So this is the important thing. So the dorsal fin, you cut these off, but just to make the skinning easier for you, what I do is I cut a strip of skin down towards the head, and you'll find that when you go to skin it, it's much easier. And you do the same with this fin. You just cut a strip. You see, you can actually see a line running down there. That's what you try and cut that line off, just to give you. It makes the skinning heaps easier. So like that.
So yeah, so now you've literally got one all the way down.
You're not wasting any meat. There's no meat there. It's all just it's just skin. And then do the same with the fin. This fin, and this one's a bit harder to do, but you just keep going.
Oh, I see. Yeah, so you do the same thing on the underbelly there.
Just a thin layer of the skin up to here, like that. Okay, so now that's ready to fill it. And I swap knives, so I've got usually I use two knives. A very flexible knife. So you can rest the knife on the cartilage, and just fill it. So just fill it as you would any other.
And you feel it rubbing up the
You can feel it grating along the cartilage.
You can hear it.
So that's one side. The other side. That's the two fillets.
And the good thing is all the offcuts go back in the water so that there's just everything's recycled.
Feed the stingrays.
Yep.
So then what you do, just to make the skinning easier, just cut off the belly flap. We'll use this, but we'll just skin this separately.
Yep.
So just cut that off. Okay, now comes the time to skin it. We'll just get that cartilage off there.
So that's a little bit of cartilage that you missed there.
From the fin. That's okay, it won't hurt.
And it's these little preparation things that play an important role, aren't they?
Yep. So now, just get yourself a start. And what you do is you pull this skin towards you, so it's easier for the knife to slide across it.
And slightly sideways you're doing it, or is that just the knife?
That's just a knife. So you just pull it, and I'm pulling that skin pretty hard.
At the same time, yeah, so it's pushing it off. And you want, like, what's that knife?
This is a ham knife. It's just, you want something long and flexible.
Like a salmon knife or something?
Oh, they're probably a bit thin. But even a long, you see how flexible that is.
Yeah, so that's still good.
And you'll always have the little bit of cartilage here from the fin. You just cut that off. And then that's good to go. And you just...
And then you cut them down like that into little slabs, and that's perfect because
be about a full size.
Yeah, which we're going to do tonight.
These, gummies are good eating, so don't waste anything. So you skin it the same way. Just get a start.
Yep.
Again, I'm pulling that skin towards me. Right.
And you don't worry about your stomach bit on that one.
Well, what you do, because that's your stomach lining in there, what I do is I just cut the fins off that.
Ah, rightio. So you still do it and you just slide them off that way. Oh, perfect.
So you see
And that's
how
it.
the stomach lining's left behind. So you see.
Yep,
it's
and
left
so,
behind
so
like
there's
that.
nothing wasted. And so
Nothing
that's your waste there, literally.
Just a-
Shark fin soup.
Yeah. And that's it.
And then this is what happens next. So then we pack it. And it's all packed neatly in there, as you can see. Look at that. And then we cryovac it. So we've caught the fish, and a few people asked about how to clean a gummy and stuff and clean a shark. So Orts and
I've made the salad, that's all. The rest of it's Al.
No, we told Stu actually did it. We didn't do it.
True.
So Stu did the whole cleaning a gummy because he's a gun at it. And that works for all sharks. You just got to remember in different states, there's different regulations. So in Victoria, we did say that you can cut it from the last gill to the knob of the tail, I think it is. But in other states, it's different. So just check and see, but bleed them first. So what we're going to do now is cook it. Now, we cryovac it, which is really important. And then we bring it out into little slabs like that. Now we've got beer batter. We've got a fancy one from Japan.
Yes.
Yep, from Japan.
For Korea.
And we've mixed in, or Korea. And we've mixed in Ords' favourite, some bush spices into there, into the tempura, make it nice and light. And then over here we have the Yeti with boiling hot bran oil. Why do we use bran oil, Ords?
Because it can go to a much greater heat than other oils and remain healthy.
You could just say it's hotter. You could.
It does get hotter as well.
So there's a difference between men and women, right? Men are just one layer. Women are like an onion. There's layer upon layer upon layer upon layer. So instead of being hot, it does the temperature to this.
Just get on and cook.
All right, I'm going to give that to you then. So I'm going to do the
Okay.
cooking. You might have to turn it around.
Radio. Get ready because here he goes. Whisking as only Al can whisk.
Making a bit of a mess.
Making a big mess.
And then, of course, before you always start, I know everyone has white wine with fish, but I have red wine. All right, these are cuts as we saw just before with stews. So we dip them in nice and light, let them go, and then that's got to be cooking like that. That's got to be frying. If it doesn't, they just get a bit... And the good thing is with those Yeti, because it's cast iron, oh my God, because we have the worst stove on earth. With those, they just get so hot. Then we just chuck all of them into there. And these are all the bits that you make it, cryovac it to the size to suit your family. For us, well, we're trying to be empty nesting, but we're not empty nesting. We've got 2 bloody kids there that we're trying to get rid of.
Never. Don't say that.
All right, Ords wants to keep, I want to just offload them. And then get 4 bits in there. And then while that cooks golden brown, I'll show you over here
Whipper.
homemade chippies ready to go.
Al style.
Testing.
Different shapes and sizes.
Oh,
just to make sure some are crispier than others. Meanwhile, back at the fish.
So just wait till it's nice and golden brown. Turn it over and then let it sit on some paper towel before you eat it. Just absorb a bit of the oil out, and then you end up with the most amazing meal from catching gummy sharks. And probably the good thing to mention there is gummies are sustainable in Australia. Overseas, lots of issues with your dogfish or your tope, but in Australia, they're still okay at this point in time. But you need to be careful. If they're not, you shouldn't fish for them. Now, it's time for dinner.
So, Al, who was your initial teacher for battered fish?
Oh, my old man. So the old man did the original beer batter, and you know, in those days we didn't catch a lot of gummies because probably the fisheries got better, I think, if anything. It was more flatty tails and, you know, a bit of snapper and stuff. And yeah, flat beer and put it in. And he liked, of all things, the half strength. But I think the half strength or light beer was better because then he got to drink the full beer, full strength himself. I think that's what it was. All right, here it is. Taste testing. Get up, Ords. Test a bit of fish. Here we go.
Your usual standard.
How good is that? Now, remember, if you like this vid, I've got to do that like little thing, subscribe, like, all that sort of stuff. And if you want more details on the recipe, listen to Mahi.
Ask Mahi.
No, seriously, if you do, get on and put some comments. Shut up, Mahi. Put some comments in below and ask, and we'll endeavour to answer everything. And if all else fails, look at that cool photo at the back there. All right, dinner time. See ya.